Hi everybody, Joshua here with the Heavy Piano YouTube channel. This is a tutorial for That Joke Isn't Funny Anymore by The Smiths. Let's talk about what I'm doing in my version. First, I'd like to say thank you to my patron for requesting this. I was not familiar with this piece, so it was really cool. When I learn a piece, I'll take it and I'll basically listen to it over and over, play with it with a little Bluetooth speaker near my piano. I'll look up chords if I need to, but usually I like to just learn it by ear. And I'll do that several times, practice it, go through different parts until I have an arrangement I really like. And then I'll put up the camera and the recorder and I'll just do several takes, and when I have a good take, that's the version I'll share to YouTube. So you can do the same thing. I'd like to give you some of the components to the music and the song, but I highly recommend listening to the song and trying to kind of get it inside so you can develop, your own voice and your own style. But let me give you some parts to help make your own voice and your own style of this Smiths piece. So if you listen to the recording, the guitar is doing this kind of like before it comes in. So that's all on B and B major actually. Let's see. And then when the lyrics start with Park the Car, they go to the E major. So what I did in my version, kind of rolled that B, and I did it 4 times, and I did it a little bit different each time. Going up the triad of the B, D sharp, F sharp, changing some of the notes there, maybe dropping the octave. And again, this is just the take of the version that I played that one time. You wouldn't have to do that. So anyway, there's kind of that rolled chord on that B major 7. So B for the intro, and then we're going to go Park the Car. Melody is on B. Chord is E major. Goes to F sharp major. Goes to G sharp minor. And then we're going to do a quick F sharp to G sharp minor. F sharp major to G sharp minor. And then A major. And to B major. To G. A, and here's a B major 7, and the melody goes to that major 7, to E again, walking up to F sharp major, G sharp minor. Again, here's that quick F sharp to G sharp minor, to A, B, to G, A, G, E. You can really tell these are like chords on a guitar, like strum. I'm kind of moving them around. This wouldn't be considered the best voice leading, if you're talking about jazz or certain styles, because the chords are jumping around, but I tried to kind of match kind of the energy of the guitars in my version. Anyway, that aside, but That Joke Isn't Funny Anymore is going to be on G, to A, to D, E. It's too close to home on G. It's too near the bone to E. Make it E7 with that 9th in there on the melody. Too close to home, G, to A, to D, to E, to G. And then we're going to go B, G, A, and then we have this little round that's going to go through 4 times. The chords are B, F sharp major, A, D, E. And you're going to hear that chord progression again at the very end. So this is the Kick 'em When They Fall Down. Kick 'em When They Fall Down, C sharp is the melody note. go an octave up. So you do that progression 4 times, and it's going to go to G, back to E. It was dark as I drove the point home. G to A to D to E. Again, these are all like strum guitar chords. And on cold leather seats to G to E. On cold leather seats to G. Cold leather seats G, suddenly struck me E, G. I just might die. A with a smile on D, on my face. E after all to G. And then we have this little turnaround. B, G, A, B. Okay, now how we have that progression again. The B, F sharp, A, D, E. So you have a little solo over that, and then I've seen this happen. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you only have one group of 3 on the D and the E. It's a quicker turnaround back to the B. And in the recording, it does that cool thing. It fades down and then it brings it back. So I tried to mimic that in my version. I built it up a little bit and then I brought it back. Kind of bringing it to a higher octave to reduce the intensity of the version, and then trying to build it up again, doing some octaves through there. You can do arpeggios. I probably rely on this lick a little bit too much, because you can kind of just rotate your way through the lick. That's like a roll up from the second to the third. Octaves in the left hand will make it bigger. On the flip side of that, fewer notes make it smaller, especially going up to higher octaves. But yeah, just there's just B major scale. F sharp major, A to D to E, just kind of using those scales through the solo. But you can also play the melody over those chords. So that chord progression comes in twice in this piece, but otherwise there's actually a fair amount of jumping around in the theory around this. It's in the key of B, but that G major is like a major. Have you watched that video about the Mario? What is it called? The Mario cadence. You have. Then you have the. Kind of that build up. That it's a very triumphant cadence. Well, you have that here too. Same kind of idea with that major G, major A, B, even though it's not technically in the key of B, but it is because you can throw stuff like that in there. And again, listening to this piece, you can kind of hear how it's like written on a guitar and the chords are kind of going around. And I really liked when I was thinking about my version, trying to think of how they would have played it on guitar or the instruments, and then like how to transfer that energy to my version. And whether or not I succeeded, I don't know. It's just the way I played it. But I hope you find these little tutorial videos helpful. Trying to throw my hat in the ring to people that are trying to share music and information about piano on YouTube. I found some really helpful stuff out there, and so I hope this is beneficial to other pianists as well. So another thing, I'm not outlining all of the subdivision all the time. Instead of like a waltz kind of feel. You could do a waltz feel. It is in 3 or in 6, however you want to think of it. But bum 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 bum. You know, you can still have the internal pulse going, and then you have this bum 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 park. And, you know, throw a little bit of the rhythm in there. You know how I pull the energy back by not outlining all of the subdivision, so it also brings the intensity back. So think about where in the lyrics, you know, it's the lyrics are bigger or more present or more pressing. You can think about some ways to try to make your version on the piano, you know, mimic that or not. You know, you can do a real quiet version of it as well. You know, it's really up to you, however you feel the piece in that moment. Anyway, I hope you find this helpful. I've probably gone on too long already. I will throw up a sheet with lyrics and chords on Patreon, and then I will also put a MIDI version just playing through real basic just melody and chords for those of you that like to see, you know, what's that called? The various apps that show the notes coming down. I don't recommend it as the best way to learn music, but I do think it is helpful for some people, especially if you're a visual learner. You can see like kind of where the notes and chords line up. So I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to record that version, the MIDI version, for anybody that would like that version. I'll put it on Patreon. And as always, big thanks to my patrons on Patreon for supporting this channel. You guys, you know, it really means a lot, and I know people say this all the time, but I hope you always find me sincere in my thanks to everyone who supports this channel. And yeah, keep the requests coming. I really enjoyed learning this piece and sharing it with you. So y'all take care. I'll catch you next time.